Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and under dollar range, and most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. This one probably will not pop up in your local rack stores. It is a name brand that, excitingly so, is popping up in Burlington, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, but it's extremely affordable right now. I think I picked this one up for like the mid-20s, probably on Amazon or whatever. Talking about Lattafa Bade Al Oud Sublime. Very detailed bottle. This is like a sticker of a metallic plate on there. Really nice looking. Got the raised up letters in the back. The texture on this bottle is like a matte waxy thing, almost giving it a rubber feel, but it's not. It's just like a matte wax on top of the porcelain or whatever this is. Nice little gold plate stuck on the bottom there. More detailing on the top. And focus you. There you go. Boom. And presentation itself, you know, it's got the little holographic sticker on it. The box is like got the same feel as the bottle. Opens up like this, little felt cutout, and even a little card that like inside of this thing has like the notes and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. It really makes you feel like you're getting something. I like presentations like this. I'm a sucker for it. I don't know, like it just feels better, you know? I don't feel like I'm getting like that white plain box and you pull the thing out, it's like, oh, okay. But like with all that, it's like it makes me automatically think it's gonna maybe even smell better than what it does, right? They say like even food, like chefs and stuff, when they prepare a meal, it's proven that if the presentation looks better than like somebody else is cooking next to it, the one next to it could taste better, but the one that's presented better will fool the mind and make you think that it tastes better and you'll like that one more. That's just human mind, so that could be part of a thing with the presentations, and I think that has something to do with price tags too, because some people think if you pay more, it's automatically better quality and smells better. Not always true. A lot of the times it is, but not always. So, huge rabbit trail. Let's just get into this thing and how it smells, right? One last thing, atomizer. Heavy bottle too. Good atomizer. So what's this thing smell like? 75% of the fragrance can be wrapped up in this. Crisp, sweet, green apple, fruit, lychee, plum. That's 70 to 75% of the fragrance. Another 10% to 15% floral, white floral, jasmine. That's basically it in a nutshell. Almost like a gelatin kind of feel. Very, very, very sweet. Maybe, just maybe, too sweet for a lot of men out there, because I say this thing is probably 65 to 70% feminine and the rest masculine. So the rest of that, the few percent that's left in this thing is going to be in the dried down as far as the notes go. Like you got your patchouli and your vanilla and your moss. But that's just like in the dried down. Because this opens up, like I said, it's fruity, sweet, fresh. It's crisp, crisp, green, fresh, vibrant fruit. That green apple. It makes it pleasant for the high heat is what's going on. It's a very, very crisp, mouth-watering, refreshing kind of a sweetness. It doesn't have like the vanilla. It's not that like heavy, sticky, sweet kind of thing. It's like a fresh sweet, like a mouth-watering, fresh sweetness without any citrus. It's the tart green apple that's giving it that crispness. So, like I said, it is a summer kind of a fragrance. Definitely going to be a little bit too femme for some guys. Now there's fragrances that are too femme for me that some people are just dying for it. And go ahead and crucify me now. I'm ready to hear it. Baccarat Rouge 540 and all of its flankers and all the things that smell like it. I don't own anything of Baccarat Rouge 540 because though it does smell good, I will say that it's just not for me to wear. That's just me. That's just me. And that's the beauty of this whole fragrance thing, is like, I don't have to like something, you don't have to like something, because it's all subjective. None of this is objective. I will say this though, if 1,000 people are saying that something is strong and long lasting and you're the one that says that it's not, just saying. So yeah, it's a subjective game, it's not objective. So this is good enough for me, it might not be for some. Overall rating, just real quick, let the cat out of the bag kind of early, it's about a 7 out of 10 for me. It's a really good smelling fragrance. I really like it. I smelled this thing several times before I bought it, so I knew what I was getting into. That being said, after I smelled it several times, I decided to pull the trigger on it, especially when I found the price tag dropped to a very reasonable level. It was in the 20-ish dollar range somewhere. Like, I think it was the mid-20s. I probably got it on Amazon or something like that. Recording of this, July of 2024. So the performance on this overall, I thought it was going to perform longer than what it does. It's not bad though, by any means. It projected really hard for like 2 hours, maybe 3, arm's length at least for 2, maybe 3 hours. Reeled back to a nice scent bubble for another about 3 hours, and then it just gone. So I'd say it's safe to say this is at least a 6-hour, maybe a 7-hour fragrance. Some of y'all is probably gonna last like all day long because it does hang out on your clothes for quite some time, but it won't be projecting. If you're talking about just like skin scent, just like clothes scent, 24 hours. But if you're talking about something that you can actually smell, like even a little bit pumping off, 6 to 7 hours. So it's not bad at performing, it's just not as loud, or it's just not as long lasting as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm not necessarily disappointed in it, but it's nothing to write home about, if that makes sense. But it's still a fresh fragrance. But it's not fresh enough for something like the gym, something like the beach, or anything like that. It is a casual, fresh fragrance. Very, very playful. Sweet, playful, fruity fragrance. That's what it is. You could probably use it on a date. You probably could, because it's like in the warmer weather or something like that, because it's a pretty scrumptious, delicious smelling fragrance. It's one that I could definitely actually see this working on a date. I didn't even think about that when I first got this thing, but yeah, it's one of those, like, since it's mouth-watering and juicy and fruity and sweet and just like kind of want to gobble it up type of thing. Very mouth-watering, so probably would work well on a date. Your girlfriend will probably want this thing too, because like I said, it's a little bit more feminine. So it's definitely more youthful than it is mature. There's no doubt about that. It's very youthful fragrance, so it's not going to be for everybody. I think this is a clone of Kyalai's Eden Apple or something like that, because that's what people are comparing it to. I haven't smelled that fragrance, so I can't say that for sure, but that's just what people are saying, so I can't compare it to that. But if you aren't afraid of sweet, fruity fragrances, something that's going to work in the summer, then go ahead and check this one out. If you like my judgment and my opinion on things, I say it's a good fragrance. It's a 7 out of 10. It's nothing to go crazy over, but I smelled this thing several times before I ended up getting it, so I knew what I was getting. So that should say something, that I wanted this one enough that I ordered it. A lot of these things I blind buy. This one I didn't. I smelled it and I wanted it. So, sweet, fruity, gelatin kind of a fragrance that actually works in the high heat. Fresh, crispy, just mouth-watering kind of a scent profile. And the quality is actually not too bad in this thing too. There's that. I forgot to mention that right at the beginning. The quality is pretty good on this one. So enough rambling about it. That's my final thoughts on Lattafa's Bade Al Oud Sublime. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.